Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric
Extraordinaire.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, feel good. Puff up that chest, baby. Puff up that chest. You can find us on the gram at REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can check out REC Comics and Collectibles at REC Comics on Instagram. We are currently not selling too much right now because store is coming soon. We're in construction phase, demolition phase. I'm going to post some fun videos of me girlishly screaming while I kick through drywall. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be real fun. And old Uncle Icarus over here is supposed to come and help me, and he likes doing demo.
I do. I love
doing demo, but
they call me the demolition. No, Simon Phoenix.
Simon Phoenix. John Spartan.
That always made me laugh too.
Yeah,
because it's just like if he wasn't there,
yeah,
that movie doesn't happen.
Yeah,
if Zachary Lamb isn't in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't thaw John Spartan.
They don't. Man, you need the demo.
She asked, how was the fiendish Simon Phoenix apprehended?
Yeah.
Then he talks about, unsolved mysteries.
You need John Spartan.
Yeah, so he came down to one man. John Spartan was his name. And then the warden remembered him.
Yeah.
He was like, absolutely not.
Fiend.
They keep calling him Caveman.
Yeah. It's like, dude, this is like not that long ago.
It's really not.
I don't know how you guys let Cocteau take control of this whole thing, man.
If you really look at it, that's kind of where we're heading. This PC culture. We will have a Cocteau in power soon enough if we let this PC culture run.
Are you going to live in the sewers?
Oh,
get your rat
dude,
burgers?
I'm a scrap.
Yeah.
Through and through. Rat burgers. Dennis Leary.
Yeah, man, totally.
I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah, the burgers look good.
They do.
I could go for a burger right now. I love burgers.
No rat burgers, baby.
I always want a burger. I always want wings. I'm about 50-50 on pizza.
Yeah.
I used to really want pizza all the time, but it's just, man, all that bread just kills me. It just kills me.
Yeah. No rat burger. Would you eat a rat burger?
Hell yeah, man. I'd eat, as long as the meat seemed like it was cooked thoroughly.
Right, and it looked good.
There's some things, like I don't think I could do like possum or like raccoon or anything that's going to have rabies.
Right. What if it was like farm raised raccoon?
Yeah, totally. Dude, I would eat a diet consisting of bugs if they were like farm raised.
Sure.
Eating, like I had read this thing, or I saw this thing on Travel Channel about this farm where in Texas where this guy, he like feeding the roaches but he's feeding them like, apple cores and peels, like of good stuff, not like dead, decayed plant matter on the ground, but like good fruits and veggies.
Nourishing foods.
Yes.
So they acquire that flavor.
Yes. So like they're a more cleaner animal. And pound for pound, there's more protein in almost all bug protein than there is in meat and beef.
Oh.
So this is a weird way to start our fantasy football podcast.
Oh yeah.
Do we
do that?
Not yet.
I'm
working on it.
I probably won't be in that one.
No, probably not. Unless we teach you how to play.
I'll be Taco.
There you go. Oh man, and you would totally win too. When we were in middle school, Eric had to do.
Jesus, I forgot about
our
this.
teachers were the basketball coaches.
Yeah.
So for March Madness, like all of our schoolwork revolved around March Madness.
Yes.
So we all had to like pick teams, and we had to pick them like right off the back. And then Eric chose Duke that year.
It was Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. And Arizona was like this high odds not to win. Right?
That's why I picked them.
Yes, because Eric didn't
want to do any work.
No sports, no work, no nothing. And his team ends up winning that year.
Yes.
And he has to do so much writing.
Because every time they would win, you'd have to write a report on the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they made it all the way. I don't remember who they played though.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But they ended up winning their Stanley Cup.
It's the NCAA championship.
Yeah, NAACP championship.
Yeah, no sports.
But anyway, and it was a lot of work for somebody who doesn't like sports.
Yeah.
It was good karma.
Yeah.
In a sense, but yeah, I actually have that. I still have that picture because they sent me a picture with all their autographs on it.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because like I said, because remember one of the assignments was to write a letter to the team.
That's right.
And they sent me back a glossy of the whole team, and they all autographed.
That's
I still have that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll dig it out. I have it somewhere.
I don't remember who played. I followed Wake Forest that year, and Wake Forest had Tim Duncan.
Oh,
so it was like they didn't win, but they like played really well.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And Tim Duncan was the next big thing.
Yeah.
So,
what happened?
What happened to Tim Duncan?
Yeah,
he won like 5 championships, and
what team did he
with
play
the Spurs.
On? Oh, with the Spurs.
Yeah, played his whole career in San Antonio, and
nice.
Yeah, he kept he won a couple. And like their whole team was like old, but they were just like a solid team of like fundamentals. But they're like this like old looking team. It was hilarious. It was hilarious, and they were just like dominant,
like Horace Grant,
dude. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
thanks for listening to our comic book and collectible show. We'll get to something good. Here we go. What do you want to do? You want to talk a little Loki?
Yeah, let's talk Loki.
Episode 4. The new best episode of Loki. Oh my gosh. This show, look, it is soft in comparison to, MCU films, but it's so rich. I love watching Tom Hiddleston do his thing.
Great.
This new actress who's playing Sylvie, I'm unfamiliar with her as a person,
right?
But she is just great as well. She really I'm getting very much invested in who she is, and there's some interesting stuff. She was in the previous episode, she was kind of brought to trial, and she asked what her variance was, because something that they do is what makes them a variant,
right.
And the kind of officer that apprehended her was like, you know what, I don't remember. And it seems kind of interesting, and there's a prevailing theory online that her variance may be that she's a good person. Because when she gets taken by the TVA, and you didn't see episode 3, when she gets taken by the TVA, she's like playing like a game with like dolls, but it's like she's like saving Asgard.
Right.
And she gets taken as a child. And then when she's like in the TVA, remember when Loki was in that line? There's like another guy in that line, and he's like being like, beaten, and then and she like tries to help him. So it would be interesting. This is the internet's theory, but I can sign on it that maybe her variance is the fact that she is
fundamentally a good person.
Yes.
That's a good theory. I don't buy it.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen it, so you know what?
That's why I can't buy it.
Yeah. So you're kind of getting it from me, so it's interesting to see how you're interpreting the information.
Sure. That's my variation.
Well, we're going to talk more spoilers, and probably the biggest thing, the biggest spoiler I could say is that we do see the Timekeepers. We see the lizard people, the lizard kings, whatever they are, and wouldn't you know it, they're robots. It was something like, even when we were walking up to it, I said to me and my wife were watching it, I was like, oh, this looks like Chuck E. Cheese. And it was
the Showbiz Pizza animatronics.
And wouldn't you know it, they were, they say a speech, they're talking, they're jiving, they're doing whatever, and then Sylvie gets close enough, takes a shot, and it was this great moment too where then they have to fight all these TVA people. What does this mean? Blah, 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 blah. They get the upper hand, and there's a great kind of exchange with Loki and Sylvie where he's like, well, what do we do now? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I thought this was the end game. Like, I don't have I thought this was it. Like, I was going to get my revenge, and then that was it. So we don't know who's pulling the strings. It's feeling more and more like it could be a Kang, a possibility.
I was about to say, it's going to be Kang.
Yeah.
Because the Kangs are here.
There was just great stuff with Owen Wilson. Loki and him kind of like trying to define their friendship.
Okay.
Like trying to define like what they are to each other.
Sure.
And Loki telling him, he's like, yo, the TVA is lying to you. Like, you guys were all time variants, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he kind of like buys into Loki's, and he has a really great interaction with this with the head of the TVA, like the one who kind of answers to it felt very much like, remember in Angel, like the senior partners.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they had that top lawyer who talked to the senior partners, like this judge. And he has like he's trying to save Loki, get him out of there. They put him in this time loop, and it was great. They had Sif.
Oh
yeah, Lady Sif comes in, and it's like they put him in this time loop where she comes out and she's like, "You miserable," and her hair's like cut. And it's like when they were younger, and he like cut her hair, and she keeps like coming in, punching him, and then kneeing him in the crotch.
So he's got to relive
that. He just has to like keep reliving it, like that's his holding pattern. Oh, dude, it was gnarly. So
like when Doctor Strange,
yes,
I've been falling for 20 minutes.
Yes, it was. It was.
So they brought the actress back that played Sif.
Yes. Yeah, Jamie Alexander.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
I was hoping great. To get her back in some facet.
She was. I don't know if she's still doing this. She was doing some show on, I believe, Fox, and that's why she couldn't come back for Ragnarok or
Endgame.
Or Endgame. Yeah, like that's why she wasn't there for that. Which I saw this interview with her. She was like, "Yeah, that bum like."
Of course,
she missed out on being in
the biggest movie of all time.
She should be up there with how much we enjoy Valkyrie.
Sure,
like we should really enjoy Sif just as much.
Absolutely.
And it's just it's too bad that she didn't get the but she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
She was.
It seems like she's down. She's down at least.
Well, I feel like she did have a big prominent part, and then someone offered her another part in a show.
She had to be the lead.
That's what I mean. Yeah. You got to take what you can get, but deep down, she's probably.
Yeah, same thing happened with the first guy who played Fandral.
Yeah, the blonde dude in the Warriors 3, if you don't remember. And
then Zachary Levi played Fandral in 2 films. So, and he's Shazam. So, I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm all about it.
Well, not Shazam. That sucked.
Yeah. And then did you see the set photos from the new one?
Pretty bad.
It's just like,
come on, DC.
I don't
look, DC. We gotta row out here for a minute.
I know.
You got some good stuff.
Yeah.
I love a lot of your stuff. Your comics you're on point when it comes to comics. Your comic game is great for the most part. Your films, come on.
Film game's weak, bro. Weak DC, bro.
I don't understand DC.
Weak Warner, bro.
Weak Warrior.
Yeah. But this episode of Loki was interesting. I'm loving this story because Tom Hiddleston is so good.
Right.
And then big spoilers, kids. Big spoilers, Icarus.
That's my new name. Big spoilers.
Loki gets popped.
What?
He gets popped.
He dies?
Yeah, you know how they get. They use that like saber and it makes you deteriorate.
Yeah, they got
him. They got him, and there was this great exchange with Loki and Mobius where he's like, "Did you fall for yourself?" He's like, "How narcissistic are you that you have fallen for a version of yourself?" But yeah, so Loki gets like disintegrated, and we're like, "Woe is me!" Blah 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 blah. Credits roll. This is our first episode of Loki that has a credit scene. Mid credit scene. Loki like everything's kind of has a grayscale. And he's like, "Where am I? Am I dead?" And then you hear a voice say, "You will be unless you come with us." And it shows 4 separate Lokis from different universes.
Oh, right.
We get an alligator Loki, which I don't actually know the significance of that. We get the kid Loki, which after Loki gets ripped in half by Ares, his kind of essence goes into this kid. So there's like a young Loki for a while. The classic Loki.
Yes, the classic.
With the big horns.
Yep, classic costume.
Yeah. And a black guy who was Loki, but
looks a lot like Kimbo Slice.
Looks a little Kimbo Slicey, but he his look in his costume though looks very much like Odin's brother, Bor. Or is it? No, that's their dad.
Yeah, Bor's the
Cole.
Cole
Borson, that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's Cole. He's the god of fear. And am I as good in frame as Eric? I don't need to hog it, but I feel like Eric's hogging it. That's my fault. I'm the one who sets it up. So he had a really cool look, and he had like a different hammer, which in the storyline Fear itself, Cole sends, I believe his name is Cole, sends hammers to Earth, and only the worthy can lift them, and they kind of like embody different aspects
of their personality.
Yes.
It's such a cool story because the hammers go to Titania, who is a prominent villain in the Marvel universe, who is the Man Breaker.
I think it's just like Breaker of Men.
And then I believe Juggernaut.
Juggernaut gets one. He's there's like one that's like Breaker of Wills. Like Hulk gets one. Thing gets one.
Yep.
Tuma.
Yeah, Tuma. I'm like,
Red Skull's daughter, Sin.
Oh.
Yeah, she gets one. Oh man, there's a couple more.
Oh, I thought it didn't. Not Absorbing Man. I don't think.
I think Absorbing Man does get one. I think he does get one too.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm trying to look up
Fear itself. Look up Cole. Cul. Cole. Is the guy's name, but it was really cool. I had not seen the alligator or the possible because I mean technically Kull he's the older brother of Odin.
Right.
So he is actually heir to the throne, but Odin takes it from him because he's like wants to prey on Midgard, and Odin kind of steps up and helps Midgard. But so is this the Loki that in that reality his Cole Borson, that Odin is not the king of Asgard. Kull is, and Kull finds Loki on the ice.
Right.
Like, that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be really cool. So yeah, super fun episode. Lots of fun comic stuff. I didn't spoil everything. There's still great storytelling, great building of that world, and I'm for it. I'm here for it.
Now that we're talking this, I really want a Fear Itself storyline.
Oh, so bad.
I really wish maybe this could have been it.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done that with this.
I feel
instead of this time. But I guess that's where the MCU is going, is with the multi-dimension time travel thing. But the Fear Itself, if you haven't read it, kids, go read it, because it is a good read, and I'm glad we're getting an allusion to it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
it fizzles.
It fizzles like most Marvel things do.
Right.
But it has some of the best imagery. There's some really fun stuff that spins out of it, specifically when Colossus has to become Juggernaut as well. Because Juggernaut picks up a hammer, and they go to Sidorak, and they say, "Hey, we need you to strip Kane of his powers
because he's already got a hammer." Yeah,
they're like, "Why? He's destroying." They're like, "Yeah, but he's not doing it in your name."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Okay, but one of you has to take on the mantle and be my emissary." And Colossus volunteers, so he's Colossus and Juggernaut, and it's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
Visually, it's more awesome than it is story again, but super fun. There's a lot of fun to it. I love like the idea of like enchanted weaponry.
Yeah.
Green Lantern rings, obviously Thor's hammer, these hammers from the
Fear Itself.
Fear Itself. All of that stuff is always fun for me.
I mean, it's, who knows? Maybe down the line we'll get this.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, maybe I need to get on this Loki. It's been a busy week, 4th of July.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it.
You got to be patriotic.
Yeah.
Unlike this certain superhero right now.
Oh my gosh. So I have, if you guys have been following the Captain America news, we talked about the United States of Captain America a few months back.
Yes.
There's going to be a new kind of road tripping story with John Walker, Steve Rogers, Sam Wilson, and Bucky Barnes. And it sounded like it was going to set up that there was going to be somewhat like representation of Captain America in all the states.
Right.
But there's some controversy. Issue 1 came out, and we have spoilers. We have Steve Rogers kind of not so much denouncing, but
kind of bad-mouthing Lady America.
Yeah, not renouncing, but denouncing the American dream.
Right.
Saying that it doesn't exist anymore. That there was once this dream that was America.
Right.
And that it is not anymore. And this is obviously kicking up some rumblings from one of Eric's favorite, would you say, all-time actors?
I would say, in the pantheon of actors, you've got Brando, DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Where's Kane?
Yeah.
Dean Cain, kids. He's my fave.
Dean Cain was...
he made a big stink about this on Fox and Friends. He went on there.
Yeah.
Bit upset about what... Captain America had to say about Lady Liberty.
Yeah, and
having read the quote, I'm just going to paraphrase it. Like my boy over here, already paraphrased it. Just, basically saying America's not what it once was. The dream is gone. But it's kind of funny to me that Dean Cain just has to... He can't accept not being in the spotlight, And he's a hardcore Republican, which, whatever, that has no bearing on anything. But... he had to, get on a platform to where he could, gripe about this. That's where I'm more upset about the griping.
Yeah, I mean, it begs the question of, and I think they were talking about that too, of it's cool to kind of hate on America.
Sure. It's been like that forever.
I know, yeah, but it definitely feels more heightened, especially in the last year.
But you know what? I would say, it's more vocal just because of social media.
Yeah, completely.
You can go on there and
social media is not going away.
It's not. It's not going anywhere. And I get where he can say whatever he wants.
Totally.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll defend to his death to say it. But, I think there's some time.
You can't eat the flag.
Okay? Yeah, you can't eat the flag. But, we all went through this COVID thing, and I think we all came out of it a little crazy.
Oh, completely.
I think all of us came out of it a little crazy.
Especially Dean Cain.
Dean Cain, who's already just crazy enough. But I don't know where to go with this, man. I don't know if it's inherently where comic books are becoming a social voice in America culture.
Well, should they?
I think yes.
Okay.
It's
I think
a
that they should
literary
reflect.
art form.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Saying Steve Rogers. Again, I don't think he was denouncing America. I feel like he was saying what he was saying from what he's seen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he's seeing America going through these trying times, and it seems like a Steve Rogers who's become empathetic or apathetic. Yeah, where he's just tired of fighting for a dream no one else is fighting for.
You know, this isn't the first time that Steve Rogers has done this.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's giving up fighting under the flag.
No.
But he did give up the costume. He gave up the mantle and became Nomad. So we do have Steve Rogers, you know, faltering, being able to change his mind. But when the writers don't, and maybe they will use the comic to kind of at least shape it in what they think.
Sure.
So maybe you have Steve Rogers kind of redefining in the comics like what, or at least setting the example of what the American dream should be.
Sure.
You know, that would be great, and I can get that. So I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong if you don't question what's going on in America right now. There's something wrong. Yeah. And
for Dean Cain to just question a comic book for questioning the country, you got to see where your values are, bro.
Yeah.
But
they're like, Dean, he's like Superman.
Yeah, you either call me Cal or Superman.
Yeah.
But I hated Lois and Clark.
I liked it.
Stupid.
I liked it because it was like I couldn't get Superman anywhere
sure,
else.
But I was okay without it.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Christopher Reeves. I'd just watch that over and over.
My vaguely Hispanic Superman, you know?
Was Terry Hatcher? It was Lois, right?
Yeah, she's a Fox back in the day, man.
Yeah. I give her the 90s hot.
90s, yeah, totally.
He's 90s hot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess, he's still Superman. He's still fighting for truth, justice, and the American way on Fox and Friends, as Superman would do.
Yeah. Like his shirt's just like a little unbuttoned. Like it's not completely undone, but it's like you can kind of see there's an S under there, you know?
He's all...
He's like, look, guys, I'm saying that it's just a little disgusting.
Okay, it just makes me sick. But I think it's great that I want to see where the story goes. Honestly, I think it's backfiring on Dean Cain because now people are never going to want to read the book.
Yeah.
Which I am.
Yeah.
Because I want to see where this goes because it's like you said, Steve Rogers has, renounced the costume.
Yeah.
And went his own way as far as being Captain America. I want to see this take on it.
Yeah.
I want to see where they go because eventually, obviously, Steve Rogers comes back, takes the mantle back from John Walker in the earlier comic books.
Because the Nomad thing, he was kind of denouncing the Vietnam War, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So again, like this isn't the. I was reading some of the comments, and it's like, I mean, as stupid as you could say, Captain America shouldn't be political. It's like, what are you talking about?
I know, that's the point.
But the idea is that, and if you're a good writer, you're going to try to use what I think we all have a very good barometer on who Steve Rogers is.
Absolutely.
So I think that you've got to be able to pull you got to be able to look at it from the outside and just write Steve Rogers as Steve Rogers. What would Steve Rogers do?
Right.
So if you're injecting too much of your own personal stuff in there, then that's a problem. Work. Yeah. Then we as the readers are not going to accept it.
Exactly.
But when we get good Steve Rogers stuff,
it's the best stuff in comics.
Mark Millar and or Mark Miller, actually, I think I heard him say it, and it was Mark Miller for Civil War when he tells the SHIELD guys, he's like, "Look, guys, stand down."
Right.
And they're like, "Look, we got to bring you in," and he's telling them, Maria Hill's like, "We're bringing you in." And he's like, "Don't make me do this," And then, he jumps out of the Triskelion and then like lands on the F-15. And then you see the senators later, and they're like, and then the guy says he makes him land it at a stadium, and then wouldn't you know it, takes a pilot out for burger and fries.
See, that's
Captain
Rogers.
America, man. That's Steve.
Even a disenchanted Steve Rogers, I feel, would have some hope.
Yes.
He's still going to give you the good pep talk.
Steve and Clark always need to be the beacon of hope.
Right.
And when they're down, then that's when Bruce and Tony step up.
Right.
Those things, the people around you are better because of who you've been to them, and they bring you back from the darkness.
And I think this is where this could go, especially if this is a road tripping Captain America story with other incarnations of Captain America.
Not boding well issue 1, though. We'll see. I'm curious how the sales are going to be at the end of the day. Like what the drop-off is. Usually by issue 3 or 4, we see the drop-off numbers. Right. Because, you do the orders about 3 months in advance, roughly. Right. So 1, 2, and 3 have already been done. Okay. So 4's drop-off could be, if that book drops, then it's like, uh-oh. But there's going to be some first appearances in these books, guys.
Yeah, of course, because we got that Native American... non-binary Captain America.
Or Wiccan something or other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm curious to see the different... like I said, I enjoyed the Batman story in which they did kind of the Batman Incorporated, where we had different representations of Batman in different states. They had the Man of Bats, who was a Native American, stuff like that. Seems like they're playing that card, they're playing the same dance right there. Yeah. Which is, man, that's so funny because they also did something similar when Batman died. Like Batman was kind of like lost in time, and then
and they did who was going to be the new Bat.
Yeah, right? And then they did a Captain America where he was also lost in time as well.
1602, right?
No. This was after he gets shot in after Civil War, and it turns out like the bullet like put him, so he was like traveling along his own timeline. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was really, really bizarre. This is bizarre. Yeah, and he had to... truly bizarre. They do a lot of similar stuff with Batman and Cap, though...
You can compare the two.
Yeah, but can you? I mean, don't we always compare Batman and Iron Man and Superman and Cap?
Yeah. But no, I think there's a lot of comparability to those two. Batman and Captain America. Yeah? You're both... all intents and purposes humans on a superhuman team. Sure. Have to be tactician on the team.
I mean, that is they're true, both, they have the good fight in JLA Avengers.
Right. You're right. They're both orphans for all intents and purposes. You know what I mean? And I think they both have a similar struggle. Yeah. Granted, one's fighting for, patriotism, one fights for the night.
For bats and stuff.
Yeah, bats and stuff. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like there's a similar struggle within those two characters. They're the ones that people look to. I think people look more to Batman than they do to Superman. I think who would you rather meet, Superman or Batman?
I don't know. I'd probably rather meet Superman because I think that when you meet Superman, you feel excited, whereas you see Batman, you're probably scared. But I think like on a personal level, like if like Batman accepts you into like the league or whatever,
pretty cool.
Yeah, like that's the.
It's sort of like when a black guy tells you you're cool.
Yeah, very much so. Very much, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
There's a great, and I think it's Wally, not Barry, but Batman puts his hand on Wally's shoulder, and Wally's like, "Batman's touching me. Am I gonna die?"
So was Wally the funnier Flash? Or Barry?
Yeah, I think Wally's the funnier one because he was Kid Flash first.
Oh, he was?
Yeah,
okay.
So Barry was more like Barry was more aloof and kind of
a reluctant
just
hero.
Like a hero, but just like because his mind works so quickly, like he's not really focused on anything.
Oh, okay.
And with the Flashes, they're all of them, they're always late. Oh, like it doesn't matter, they're always late.
That's funny.
And that gimmick started, I believe, with Barry.
Oh, I thought it started with the Hermes.
No. There wasn't a ton of like family stuff back in the day.
Okay.
Like we just really did focus on on Jay Garrick as the Flash, like with the
that's
JSA.
The weird Flash?
Yeah, that's the Mercury helmet.
Mercury.
Flash. Yeah, and then later on you find out that he's because that was like a completely different comic book company.
Oh,
so they all get kind of bought up by DC Comics at one point.
Okay,
and he is actually a metahuman. Like he doesn't learn to tap into the Speed Force until later. He's just fast. Yeah, he's a meta. Yeah, he's a metahuman. But Barry or Wally, one of them, they teach him how to do it. So it turns out all speedsters have the ability to access the Speed Force if they have to find their own way in.
Okay.
And different ones
cool.
it's really interesting. So he's able to access the Speed Force later, but he's older, so even like when he tries to go at those speeds, his body is so used to running at the speeds he ran, then that's like if you or I got like Quicksilver speed.
And then
like right away, and like we just don't like it's too much for him.
So he wasn't as fast as those two.
No, he's more like the old school Quicksilver.
Just kind of goes
80, 90, 100 miles an hour, something like that. And then all the Flashes move at light speed.
Yeah, no, right. Which I think that's a little too OP.
It's way OP.
I think speed of sound is kind of where you need to top out at.
They started later adding some things like so a Flash can speed read, but the memories fade.
That makes
so like if they don't actually know it, like so they can do something and then do it really quick, but then like tomorrow they might not have all of that knowledge.
Right.
Except for Bart. Except for Impulse from the future. He's one of the few Flashes who can retain the.
So he's like a savant too.
Yeah, but he's like impetulant. Little, real, he's impulsive. That's why they call him Impulse.
There you go.
Wow, we got on a Flash kick there.
No, I'm good with that because I'm kind of fascinated with the JSA.
Yeah.
Because they have that weird Green Lantern.
Yeah, Alan Scott, yeah.
The wood, he can't touch wood or something, right?
Well, it's not that he can't touch wood, it's just that it's kind of, it lays in the old, like, magic thing, like wood, iron, salt, like those things that are pure.
That alchemy nonsense?
Yeah, those things affect, because his powers are based in magic, not on space.
Oh.
Or not on the power battery. Yeah.
So he doesn't need that.
It's like a cousin to the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so it was kind of like a failed experiment. Almost.
Yes. Yeah. Oh. So they did kind of retcon that later, where the Guardians of the universe were experimenting
with magic.
Oh. And they have this meteor called the Starheart, and that's what lands on Earth and then is forged into that lantern.
Okay.
So because even his oath is like, it's not even like an oath. It's not
it's
quite
like,
a
okay,
spell
I'll
either.
do this.
Yeah, it's like my light shall spread across evil and something or other. Sure. It's like shorter.
Very 30s.
It's not. Yeah, it's not overly beefed out like the other ones.
Which is amazing.
They're super fun.
Yeah. That's cool though, man. Yeah. So okay, those were like the two kind of real JSA characters that.
Yeah, Hawkman.
Oh, they had one of those too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hawkman. I'm trying to think who else now. Oh, like the Atom.
Oh, that's right.
Not like the one. Yeah, like he just got like shorter. No, he did get really small too. But it was not Ray Palmer.
Yeah,
not like the scientist.
Yeah,
with the belt.
Yeah.
Dang. I think the original Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the original one, like with the mask,
yes.
Not with, and then maybe Starman might have been there too. It was just like, it was a different company.
So they just bought him out and brought him in.
So yes, and then that's what Crisis on Infinite Earths is about. Oh. It's about bringing all of those Earths into one thing. So like they would do JSA and JLA crossovers, right. But they would always like hop worlds.
Oh, so they weren't even
on the yeah, they were on Earth 2. Hey. Yeah. So yeah, then after Crisis on Infinite Earths, not everybody survived the crisis, and then everybody else got folded in. So like all of the JSA members didn't survive the crisis, and then they don't have memories of the ones that got folded into that reality. So yeah, it's just like this bizarre thing.
That's dark.
So that's how they like, and even in Justice League versus Avengers, they I think Superman comments that the Marvel Earth is smaller than theirs.
It is, yeah.
Like
I remember that.
Like diameter.
Yeah,
there's like more land.
Yeah,
because they have, Arizona and all of that stuff,
yeah.
Plus Metropolis
and
Gotham. So,
yeah, so
all of this,
have a bigger.
There's
Earth.
Just more real estate. There's just more real estate.
Which that's why Luthor thrives, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway,
off of Captain America. Remember we were talking about United States of Captain America?
Yeah, we were. And what can you say about that?
Yeah.
It's something we got to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think the writer, and with any good Cap writer, you're just reflecting the state of our states.
Yes.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
And the writer is not, as we're a little disenchanted. You can't help but feel disenchanted. The world the ocean's on fire right now, kids.
It's wild, man.
Cosby's out of jail. The world is ending. I could see Steve faltering a little bit,
Yeah.
I think it was the Cosby news. Steve's like, I can't take it anymore.
It's like, this is too much.
He slams the shield down.
That is our show, kids. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. We went on a nice comic rant. We haven't had one of those in a while.
I know.
That was a lot of fun. But let us know below if you've read United States of Captain America, if you think that it's interesting. Are you going to stick around for a few more issues? Are you going to give it? Give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance, but I'm in a different situation.
I'm going to read it.
Do you have any final thoughts for us today?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Kids, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Erik Icarus.
And we will catch you on the next podcast.